Hey everyone, Corky here, and it's time to go back to the future, or forward to the past. Don't get your hopes up, we're not driving the DeLorean. We are taking modern GT3 cars to the vintage Nurburgring, because why the hell not? I love that sim racing lets us do silly things like this. And boy, what a grid do we have today. Bunch of GT3 cars. All of these are from the Racing Rats. I'll link their Discord down in the description where you can download all of these. I've been using them. They're really, really fun. And we're here at the 1967 Nordschleife. Not much else to say. Let's get racing. What a packed grid this is. This is how they used to line up the cars. Akin more to a traffic jam than a racing grid. And the AI reflects that. Assetto Corsa AI never gets old. Only a mother could love the Assetto Corsa racing AI. But we are out of the traffic jam. Don't know what's happening behind us, but lord. Got a Lamborghini on our tail. I think a Lamborghini in front as well. Now this part is a little bit different than what it is in modern day. You might not recognize this as the Nordschleife, and it kind of isn't. But the layout for the rest of the Nordschleife, once we get to a certain point, stays generally the same. So now we're coming down a straight here, and now coming down to this first braking zone. Big banking on this corner. Again, this isn't here in modern day. And now, over this bridge, this is adorned in BMW signs nowadays, and we're onto the proper Nordschleife that you will recognize today. And it's really weird to see. It's like a shell of the current Nordschleife. You'll be able to recognize the layout, but there's none of the curbing, there's none of the safety barriers. If you crashed back in 1967, it would be the bush or the trees that caught you. Most cars didn't even have seat belts because it was safer to fly out of them. Safety in racing has come a long way, and I think people don't tend to appreciate that when they really should. The curbs here, general rule of thumb, don't touch any of them. The other weird thing is that, like, some of the turns are just slightly different. It kind of deceives your muscle memory a little bit. Oh god, coming out to Fluplots. It seems even steeper than normal. Front end of the car lifting up even more than normal. Christ, looking at the sky for a second there. Got a Lexus coming up behind us. A little bit more straight line speed, I think. But the AI do have a hard time overtaking on the Nordschleife, so we'll see how that happens. Coming up to here, I always forget the corner names. Got this little kink this way. I don't think that's there in the modern day Nordschleife, but I could be wrong. And, ooh, might be an off track for me. No, it's fine. There we go. Back here, there's a big Yokohama sign there now. You can kind of get to grips of where you really are. But it's just really weird to see. Coming down to the compression here and then up to Foxhole. It's really, really beautiful. There is something to be said about such a stripped back course, but it really could never exist in modern day. Because it would be death all around. That's not to say it wasn't death all around back in the day as well. They just didn't care as much for some reason. If you'd like me to continue this trend, I could maybe take modern prototypes to old Le Mans, because I do have a 1967 Le Mans downloaded. It's so weird seeing this. Now we have the slow corner coming up, and you can really tell that it is the Nordschleife. It's the same in almost every way, but you've just got all of the surroundings being a little bit off. It's like seeing a photo of your grandfather when he was a young lad. You can kind of see his face in there, but it's like it's weird. Weird to look at. Alright, coming down to the heaviest braking point in the Nordschleife, and coming down to a heavy hitting into a bridge off the circuit for me. That's 2 overtakes done. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, racing barriers are much preferred than hills. I've just gone down 3 positions in the P13. This corner normally gets me out on the modern Nordschleife, but almost did there as well, getting real close to the wall. We've got a Porsche 992 GT3 right behind us. Would rather not get overtaken. We're in the Ferrari 296, and it seems to be that for some reason, no matter what car I drive, the AI have a faster straight line speed than me, as demonstrated here. I don't know why. I don't know how to fix it, but they're just faster. Coming up to Bravery Corner now. Oh god! Oh boy! How... God, no, that's the trees. Ooh. Oh god, no. Oh god, that's a bad crash. That's a real bad crash. And there goes the Porsche past me. Wow, that's gonna suck. Coming up to the carousel now, though. Carousel looks about the damn same, actually. Ooh, getting a little bit messy on the exit there, but hey. Got all these old sponsors, pretty cool to see. It's just a little bit more difficult to drive. You don't have quite the same braking references. There's not the curbs to rely on for some extra space to work with. It's just pure, unadulterated Nordschleife. If you thought today's Nordschleife was dangerous, you clearly haven't seen this one. People say that the green hell is scary because the barriers are so close, but I think the alternative of no barriers at all is just as bad. It's real scary to drive. You do technically have barriers, but they're fences. Oh boy. Oh, oh god. Onto the friggin' hills again, man. It's real scary. I would rather crash into the barrier, frankly. Going up on the hill's got to be terrible for the suspension. I have damage turned off for that exact reason. Oh boy, there was a yellow flag up there for a second. Not sure I want to know what that's about. Oh, hello! Hello, friend! The 992 has spun off, trying to reverse on track there. Gotta wonder what happened to the poor thing, but if it can survive the crash it had with me, I'm sure it can survive whatever happened there. Oh boy! A little bit of a jump there. Hitting the grass. That was real scary. I almost lost the car for a second, and oh, it's over the grass. A little shortcut for you. 5-second penalty for Esteban Ocon. It's crazy to see what the Nordschleife has evolved to today. This one's got a lot more jumps. They've smoothed out things a little bit, clearly. I find myself leaving the ground a bit more here, which is not ideal. Got some camping, got some tents. There's still that kind of festival aspect to it. You know, people camping around, watching the race. And now we're coming down to this final corner. And onto the main straight. Main straight's a lot thinner. Got bushes either side of us. Let's hear that engine roar. That's a beautiful noise. Ooh, almost leaving the ground there for a moment. Boy, look how close everything is. This is kind of the Bilstein Bridge. We're going to want to brake for this because it's... Oh boy, almost losing the car. Shaking back and forth, but it's okay. Now that bridge has a big old Bilstein sign on it. And it's back onto the main straight. This would be kind of the endurance layout of the modern Nordschleife. This is kind of where that starts, I believe. It's kind of crazy. Look at the pit lane next to us. There's no barrier separating it. So if you were part of the pit crew, there's a good chance you could just get hit by a car. I really do like this banked turn, though. I wish they'd bring this back. I am scared to think of what would happen if you flew off of it, though. Alright, one last lap of the Nordschleife proper. See what we can do through this twisty, curvy section. We're having to slow down more to avoid hitting the trees there. My muscle memory just deceives me because I'm used to, you know, going over curbs a little bit, using a little more space. Different bumps, because this thing's been repaved, I believe. It's just a little bit off, and it can lead to some really big repercussions. You can see the car's up in the head. Let's see if we can catch up. We are currently catching up, despite our poor driving. 7-second gap. Let's see if we can close it. Got a yellow flag coming up to this second part. A little bit scary. Ooh, I'm about to add it to the yellow flag if I keep making mistakes like that. Let's see, any cars off track or anything. Ooh, the car off track might be me. I broke a little late there, getting a little bit too brave, I think. Got some beautiful mountains. That's something I do appreciate. All the less of the barriers, get to see all the beautiful scenery. You're really in it. You're not separated from the Eiffel Mountains. You're a part of them. And if you crash hard enough, you'll become a part of them by burning yourself in the dirt. Coming down to Foxhole now, or up to Foxhole, I suppose, if you will. Everything's just a little bit different. This corner is a little bit wider. It's really messing with my memory. You can see this car up ahead, 5 seconds. Would love a top 10 finish, but I doubt that's happening. I'd go for P13. But knowing me, there's going to be plenty of mistakes where the others came from. Alright, coming down to here, coming down this little kink and then hit, miss, hit. Or is it miss, hit, miss? I always forget. Heaviest braking zone. Ooh, a little bit scary. Ooh, big scary. It's even heavier, it seems, in this 1967 vintage version. But it's really interesting. Driving this thing in the 1967 period accurate cars are even scarier, let me tell you. I've driven it in the Ford GT40 before. It is terrifying. See what we can do in the means of catching up. Oh, that's a scary set of corners. It's way more forgiving in real life. Or, sorry, in modern day. But you can see we are catching up. Just a little bit. 4-second gap, come on. I believe in us. This is doable. If not difficult. Just see those cars up ahead. We've been alone for most of this, but I'm hoping that'll change coming down to the carousel. These cars up ahead are kind of battling, so we might have some leeway here in regards to lap time. Come on, this is one of the more exciting parts of the Nordschleife right after that first carousel. Mind you, all of it is exciting, but you know, this is really some of the best circuit there is out there, even in modern day. I will say, I definitely do prefer the modern circuit. Not just because I'm more used to it, but also because all of the safety features are there. And I'm very much in favor of racing drivers not dying. We really are catching now. I just gotta make less dumb mistakes. Get up to this pack here. We can pass all of these nerds. I swear on it. But we'll have to see if they'll pass us right after the straight, because they might. Just lost so much time with that accident. No. Desperate to make up time, but it might not happen. Because I keep making stupid mistakes. As I said, the circuit has so much more jumps than it did in modern day. The crests are so much more violent. The car really gets unsettled, but we have a few more turns to maybe make it past one or two vehicles. And there we go, coming out of this last corner. Something tells me it's not going to happen, but we can damn try. Maybe we can catch up on this straight, but again, the whole straight line speed thing. Front end lifting up. All these cars are 2x2 into here. That might be an advantage for me into this braking zone. I might lose out on some time. It's going to be pretty close, because I am catching on this straight somehow. Going down to this braking zone. Can we do anything with the AI? Last couple of corners. And no, we can't, but we can see the back of them. We can see what could have been. That's P14 of us. Best of those who didn't mess up the start. Not the best racing, but some really good driving regardless. P14. I'll try and leave all the mods in the description. And I will see you guys next time.